It looks like we might be playing a new Silent Hill game soon. Steam is having an incredible sale on Batman games. And the questions are being answered in WandaVision. All that and the latest and everything cool today in the Rundown. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. We got lots of fun things to talk about today, and today's episode is dedicated to Beam of Laser, who said Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion and Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero are perfect. They'll steal the show like always. That's somebody that's excited about the new Mortal Kombat movie headed our way. Something else that might be headed our way soon is a new Silent Hill. The rumors are flying around the internet that a new Silent Hill game is in the works from the Medium developers' Bloober team. There's also been some speculation that Akira Yamaoka is working on the new score for the game. He kind of teased that in a video that has since been deleted, but people all over the internet are talking about this. I saw some reports on GameSpot. There was an interview with a Bloober team developer at GameIndustry.biz, and then there's the YouTube channel The Great Debate, which focuses a lot on Silent Hill stuff. And so everything is kind of pointing to the direction that the Medium developer is now making a brand new Silent Hill game. It's been years and years since we've seen one. I think the last one in the mainline series was like 2012 or something. It's interesting when you type in Silent Hill onto the Xbox YouTube channel. The Medium is one of the first things that pops up there. So clearly this is a studio that's also made cool games like Observer that has been influenced heavily by Silent Hill. And of course, we all know about the ill-fated Silent Hills project that Kojima was working on. Konami has been resting on this franchise for a very long time, and clearly Resident Evil has just been kicking serious butt over the last several years. And we've got the new Resident Evil game headed our way, and everybody's excited about that. There's lots of room in the survival horror universe for Silent Hill to come back. I've generally liked the Silent Hill series over the years. I remember really enjoying the Shattered Memories game for the Wii, but it's never caught fire with me like some of the Resident Evil titles have. So I think that not only is there room for some really cool competition there, but there's room for Silent Hill to kind of reach its potential, because it was pretty cool when it was back in the PlayStation 1 days, but I still remember reviewing those games and feeling like some of the controls and stuff were clunky. Definitely some creepy scares and some psychological horror stuff in there that I've always dug about Silent Hill. But definitely there's still room for improvement with the franchise and to deliver like the ultimate Silent Hill experience. And honestly, that Silent Hills, the PT demo that was on I did play that, and it scared the hell out of me. That was incredibly creepy. It was Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus. It's too bad that never happened. But honestly, I'm excited for the Bloober team, folks. The whispers that this might be happening has meant an increase in awareness for this Polish development studio. This could really put them on the world stage. They're clearly eager to jump into that platform, into that arena. And obviously they have a respect for the Silent Hill franchise if they make a game like the Medium. I did check out Observer. I haven't had time to sit down and play the Medium. I've heard some pretty decent things about the game, but I think this team is ready to kind of take their game to the next level and sort of enter that world stage and deliver something really cool with Silent Hill. But what do you guys think? Do you want Silent Hill to come back? Are you excited about that news? And do you think Bloober team's a good fit? Now, in other Konami news, they just sent me a press release about official KonamiShop.com. They've opened up an e-shop with all kinds of Konami-based merch, and it's based on franchises that we know and love, like Metal Gear and Castlevania, Pro Evolution Soccer, Dance Dance Revolution. They've got clothing, they've got mugs, they've got posters. It looks like it's just getting started, but they're clearly kind of recognizing that there's a lot of fan love for these franchises. Hello, Konami. Yes, there is. Some of the prices are a little bit high for us up here in Canada, but maybe they're a little bit more reasonable depending on where you are in the world. They have retro stuff in there as well, which is kind of cool, and they even had like a whole shop dedicated to Sunset Riders. I can't believe it. But if you're a big fan of the Konami franchises out there, you should check it out, officialkonamishop.com. Now, another e-tailer out there is having a huge sale to honor Batman's birthday. February 19th is known as Bruce Wayne's birthday, and to help celebrate, Steam has put together a huge sale for all kinds of really, truly incredible Batman games on their store right now. You can pick up Batman Arkham Asylum for $5 Canadian. Same goes for Origins and City, which is insane. So it's like $7.50 to pick up the phenomenal Batman Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham VR is on there. The Lego Batman games. It's ridiculous nights. And of course, when I see footage from these games, I want to stop everything, including this rundown, and race to my television set and load up my Batman games. I have such phenomenal memories playing all of these classics, and honestly, you know, I really am grateful to Rocksteady for just like revitalizing this character in video game form. I think they were just an inspiration to bat lovers everywhere, but I think other game developers like Insomniac having to lift their game up to make an awesome Spider-Man game for us, we can all point to what Rocksteady did with that original Batman Arkham Asylum. It's seminal, it's incredible, and now you can get this game and enjoy it, and holy crap, am I jealous of people that have never played these games. They're so freaking good. They combine, you know, stealth mechanics that we see in titles like Metal Gear or Metroid Prime. There's just this intelligence because you're using detective abilities. They really did a great job with that in the underrated Batman Arkham Origins, by the way. And of course, later this year, we're going to be playing Gotham Knights. Wait for that. But yeah, unbelievable, fantastic deals, and boy, are you lucky if you're a PC gamer that has never played any of these Batman titles. Even the Lego Batman stuff is really fun. Batman 2 was huge, but I loved Batman Beyond Gotham, Lego Batman 3, especially the 1966 DLC, which you may have to pay extra for, but it was so cool. You could play as the old Adam West Batman, and they had all the sound effects and the music. It was great. Anyways, enjoy that, Bat fans. Now it's time to switch over to the MCU and talk about WandaVision. All right, I'm going to spoil a little bit of stuff, so if you haven't seen Episode 7 of WandaVision, which launched today on Disney Plus, or late last night for me, and probably many of you, you probably don't want to watch this little bit of the video. You can skip ahead to the end bit there. WandaVision is a show that continues to blow our minds. Every episode, always mixing realities. This episode, we come to understand that Wanda may not be behind all of the madness that's been going on in Westview, New Jersey. Agnes has got a big part to play in this. She reveals herself as Agatha Harkness. I don't know her storylines. I haven't read the Agatha Harkness comic books. Now I want to. I want to dig into all of this lore and all of this history. But she is a big bad in the Marvel Universe, but there's a bit of a gray sort of component to her. She's worked alongside Wanda and trained her, but I haven't read the story, so I don't know. But Agnes, played by Kathryn Hahn, reveals that she has been controlling and manipulating and doing some evil stuff, like killing Sparky the dog, which is kind of tragic. We also get to see inside of Agnes's house for the first time. We see the little Sir Scratchy bunny, which may actually not be a bunny. It might be some kind of manipulation. And all throughout this episode, we're starting to see the cracks. We're really starting to see Wanda question whether or not she's starting to go insane. She's got all of these different objects around her house, her furniture, her television set, the walls, the wallpaper, even the milk that she grabs out of the fridge to pour into her cereal. It's all morphing and transforming into different versions of these different sitcom realities. And this episode is kind of queued up like it's an episode of Modern Family, but Vision is trying to kind of make a break for it. He allies himself with Darcy Lewis, Kat Dennings' character, who had been consumed by the Hex as it expanded in the previous episode. And she is chained to this truck, which has become part of this series of circus tents, which used to be the old Sword temporary headquarters just outside of the Hex in previous episodes. Thought that was pretty clever. And they try to hightail it away from the circus, and then they start to try to figure out what's happening, and Vision says, look, I've got to go back to my wife. And there is this disconnect. We don't see Wanda and Vision together for this whole episode, and it's kind of weird. Even the title sequence kind of projects that it's mostly all Wanda with a little Vision tag at the end. I think what this episode really represents is the unraveling for Wanda to kind of see the truth and to get an understanding of what's going on. Meanwhile, we're also getting a superhero origin story in this episode with Monica Rambeau's character, who is tied into the Captain Marvel universe. She's even been Captain Marvel. Monica Rambeau has even been a version of Captain Marvel in the books. Again, I'm not deep on lore in this stuff. This is all kind of new to me. But one of the things that I always love about the MCU is that it presents these characters and these worlds and these storylines, and then it lets you as a comic fan go back and kind of mine into that information. I'm really looking forward to seeing the arc of Monica Rambeau's storyline here because she's going to be in the second Captain Marvel movie, and she gains her powers. She says, I'm going through the Hex, even though this cool truck that she tries to use to navigate through the Hex force field is kind of pushed away. She just gets out of her truck and says, look, I'm powering through. Even if this Hex force field changes my DNA or does something weird to me, I'm doing it. And of course it does. It transforms her into this super being that can see the radiation that's happening everywhere. That did an incredible job with the effects there. And she's got enough strength and power that she actually stands up to Wanda, who is immediately threatened by her reappearance because she'd already kicked her out of town and kicked her through the force field before. But here she is back again. So we've got a lot of these different moving pieces and everything is escalating. We also recognize that this new Pietro, played by Evan Peters, this Quicksilver imposter, is more duplicitous and more sinister than he has even let on in previous episodes. And he really isn't just this kind of connection to the Fox X-Men universe, which seemed to be a big question mark that was hanging over the show. Now we know, especially after that darker end credit sequence, that this Pietro is not Pietro at all, and we're probably going to understand who he is in the next episode. But in this show, we get Agnes revealed as Agatha Harkness, and the twins have become an important part of whatever her plan is because they go missing in the middle of the show, and Wanda's trying to figure out where her children have gone, even though she is completely cracking. And again, even though this show has revealed some pretty big secrets and we finally know who some of the big bads are, there's still a lot more to reveal and there are a lot more questions that we've got, and this is a pretty big cliffhanger for what is to come. I can't wait for the next episode, but episode 7 is terrific. It was a little bit of a slower burn, and I gotta say, it's weird to have Vision and Wanda separated like this. I think, though, that we are probably done with the sitcoms, and from here on out, it's going to be showdown time and some really epic reveals and probably some pretty giant MCU cameos are about to happen. Can't wait for the next episode. All right, I've got one more quick thing to tell you about. There is a very cool mini game out there. It's called Minute Fun Racer. It's the same group of people that brought us that Minute RPG, which was also lovely and funny and super enjoyable to play. But Minute Fun Racer is a great concept because 100% of the proceeds earned by the purchase of this game, and there are a bunch of tiers if you pick this up on Steam, so if you want to contribute more, all of the money is going to charity. I don't know what charities. They're not explicit about what the charities are. I did do a little bit of digging, and it looks like money is going to go out to different types of charities, so they didn't want to just outline one specific charity, but 100% of the proceeds of this game are going to charity, which is really cool. I haven't had a chance to play it, but the game looks like it's a super fun, easy to pick up and play, endless runner type experience with lots of clever little humorous bits and pieces to navigate through. It looks like fun, and this whole giving to charity thing is yet another reason why Devolver is one of my favorite companies in the entire video game industry. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back on Monday with a brand new episode for you. Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you to our EPN members. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. And until then, play forever.